This is In Depth. It's a part of autumn, like the leaves turning color, frost on the pumpkins. But the first full week of October this year in the tri-state will be different. Strange indeed. The decision was made today. The Westside Nut Club Fall Festival is canceled for 2020. It's the latest and painful chapter of a story I often title The Lost Year. Joining me tonight is Ed Dietz, the Fall Festival Chair, and Jordan Rabin with the Westside Nut Club. First, Ed, I'll start with you. This had to be a painful decision.
Yeah, to say the least. It was, we tried playing every possible scenario and every situation out to find a way to pull this event off safely. We know how much it means to the community and we know the impact of it. But in the end, it would have been an irresponsible decision, in our opinion, to move forward with things as we know it. And we weren't going to be able to bring the same show that the community expects and honestly deserves. And that really weighed into our decision-making process.
Well, Jordan, you and I talked here back in May that so many charities would be impacted by this. I could see in your face that you were worried then. The impact that this is going to have on charities, can you give me some type of a thumbnail sketch of that?
Yeah, Brad. I mean, just this year alone, our club has donated over $700,000. I mean, that's a huge financial impact to all the nonprofits in the area. You know, hopefully we can pull together and receive donations and raise funds through Half Pot, where we can give back some level of that financial support back to those nonprofits who rely on the festival as their sole source of income.
We're going to be talking about the Half Pot in just a moment. I want to ask this question, Ed, of you. You know, a lot of people, as you well know, I've lost count, plan their vacations around this event. Many understand why this decision was made. Some are upset. Did the increase in cases in Evansville, especially during the last week, an increase that we are still seeing today for COVID-19, is that what pushed you across the threshold to say, ladies and gentlemen, we're just not going to be able to do this?
Yeah, that's a great question. And honestly, we were very cognizant and watching those numbers closely. Is that the deciding factor? Honestly, it really wasn't. As we looked into things and we quickly realized that our festival was going to look drastically different this year, honestly, the safety of the community, our patrons, our other Nut Club members, EMA, fire, police, all the entities that help us put this event on, their safety was our number one concern. Moving forward from that, the next thing that we looked at was our nonprofits. And honestly, the large crowd, to be honest with you, that wasn't the number one concern. Obviously, we thought about that and tried to address it, but we had a plan for sanitizing stations and fresh water, and we had worked with the midway operators for how they were going to keep things sanitized. So we had done our homework. What it became clear is that we were not going to be able to have the events that really draw families down and become a tradition. Things like amateur hour, tug of war, king and queen, those type of things where we have a stagnant group watching an event at the stage where everybody's standing still. When we have those close quarters and the possibility of transmitting COVID through that sitting in one area, that really became an issue, and we knew we weren't going to be able to put those events on. Without those events, obviously our traffic is down quite a bit. And then we started hearing from the food booths that said, hey, keep us on the list, but we're not going to be there this year, or we may not be there this year. We, you know, our assistants, our help are upper aged, and we don't want to expose them to that risk. They're having a tough time finding volunteers as it is. There was just a lot of concern. And to go into something and put on a just barely acceptable show, the community just expects and deserves more than that. And to go through all those events and all those things to have everybody just muddle through is just not right. And to have that exposure, the health risk, it just simply wasn't worth it.
Well, that Half Pot from last year, Jordan, what an incredible surprise that was. The money that was raised, that is still on. Is there a plan now set where people can buy those tickets, those numbers? Or are you still working on that process?
The plan is still in the works, Brad. We will release details hopefully within the next couple, 3 weeks. We're still working on how to still do the half pot and do it safely. As we saw last year, that became a major source of income. So it's something we certainly want to do, but just for the same reason, we canceled the festival. We have to make sure we can still do it safely.
And Ed, you're talking about the vendors, of course, and that's the lifeblood of the Fall Festival, as you well know. There has been some speculation. Let's say if you're a nonprofit and you depend on those sales on West Franklin Street during those days in early October, is there a possibility those vendors could possibly operate from those nonprofits with social distance, away obviously from the festival since it's canceled, with Nut Club support and still possibly raise some dollars that way?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios on the table, and some of those, a lot of those nonprofits, they're in the same boat that we are, in the fact that they've got to kind of figure out a path to sustain their own entities, just like we're working on. Obviously, we want to be there to help them, and as we raise funds through Half Pot and at our nutclub.org website, we have put a donate button on there. Anything that's donated there goes into our fund and is then given away to the nonprofits through the year. But there's been a lot of talk could they put their booths on their own properties and things like that. There's a lot of discussion that's taken place, especially on social media. And honestly, Brad, it's just too early to know all of the answers to that. We were, normally we would try to have all the answers to these questions before we made this announcement, but timing was everything. And, this event takes a tremendous amount of time to put together. It takes a lot of effort. And all of these food booths are ordering their food and things now. And that's why we had to get this information out before we kind of got the cart in front of the horse. We wanted to be sure that we were sharing everything as fast as possible.
Okay, very briefly, we're all in this situation on different levels. We're talking about 2021. You're going to have to change some things. We all are to operate in 2021. How are you looking toward that? And we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah, so I mean, we know that we're going to have sanitizing stations. We've got to take a closer look at that. We're going to be working with the officials that got us to this point much earlier in the year. And we're just going to have to watch and kind of take a temperature as it goes and really keep an eye on things.
All right. Well, Jordan Rabin and Ed Dietz, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tough to see you under these circumstances. And for what it's worth, the breaded tenderloin sandwich has always been my favorite, among many other things at the Fall Festival. Best of luck to you and to all the people who have made this event a great event. 2021 will be here, and the sun also rises. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back. You're watching Eyewitness News at 9.